AEW Grand Slam moves venues in Australia. So this is something that I think a lot of people were predicting. On the pre-show for All In August of this year, AEW announced that Grand Slam was heading to the Suncorp Stadium in Brisbane, Australia, February 15th, 2025. This was due to be AEW's first foray down under, but as news on the event has been thin on the ground amid suggestions that ticket sales have been very slow.
I like that word, foray.
I thought I'd mispronounced it then when you said that. It might not seem to be taking place as planned. So now what's happened is they've had to move it to a arena I'll find the name in a minute. Anyway, the point is that there seems to have been absolutely no... Like, Australia's really, really hard to sell tickets for because only WWE can do it because, I guess, since the Barnett days anyway, when, you know, the original World Championship Wrestling in the 60s and 70s, when Australia was a hot territory. And it's really hard to sell tickets in Australia these days. There's an example here. Brian Alvarez says... the show in Australia is being moved because I guess they didn't sell a lot of tickets. I get a ton of feedback when this was first announced from people in Australia who were shocked that they were even trying to run such a big stadium. Essentially, AEW airs on ESPN in Australia, but ESPN in Australia is not like ESPN in the United States. Essentially, AEW gets about 20,000 viewers a week in Australia. So they were trying to sell like 20,000 viewers a week.
Is that all it gets?
Yeah. In this country, it's maybe 120,000.
You'd have more viewers on radio.
We have more viewers. We have more views for every single show we do.
Oh. So, yeah, it's... Some places are just different.
They didn't even put the legwork in.
Totally different.
They didn't even put the legwork in, apparently, because a lot of locals have said, we live here. We had no idea there was an AEW show happening.
Uh-huh.
So it's just one of those things where...
But WWE can do it. Yes?
Yeah.
But AEW can't.
But they've put in the legwork over decades.
Yes. I mean, WWE has been there, and so I think they have a local company helping them there too. So they know how to do it. But AEW just thinks, well, we go to the stadium here and let's just see what we can do. And they found out that no, just putting the show on is not going to do it. You got to have something to put on it. Plus, you got to have the viewers beforehand to actually buy the tickets. So now they're finding out that, yeah, it's a different world. Down under. Get it? Down under is a different world.
It's one of those things where I'm just going to ignore that one. There's a thing where just announcing an event. I think, here's my theory: Wembley 2023, the first All In. It wasn't All Out, All In. I always forget, or whatever it was. I don't know. The first stadium show they did at Wembley here spoiled them because all they had to do was announce the event, and then they sold 70,000 tickets or whatever it was. And then they found the second time, dwindling interest in 2024, it got to 50,000 or around about. But I still think that they thought, well, we could just announce a stadium show in Australia. But the thing is that, between major cities, it's not like a drive, it's a flight. You can't, it's not like Manchester to Liverpool or Tampa to Orlando for local ease there. You can't sort of rely, for the most part, on people coming in from out of town either.
Okay, Perth. What is the capital of Australia?
Canberra.
Perth?
No, it's Canberra, I think.
Okay. But see, some of your big cities are on the East Coast. And then I think Perth, I may be totally wrong. Perth is on the West Coast.
This is a 6-hour flight.
Like 1,000. Yeah, it's like, well, hell, that's 2,000, 3,000 miles. It's 3,000 miles at least.